Hello everyone, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3 5th edition Duo Rogues. Last time we picked over some of the things in the battlefield after the war at the Druid's Grove, and we now have our warped headband of intellect, raising our intelligence to 17 for our spellcasting, attack and spell save DC improvements, which is wonderful. And now we find ourselves back in the Underdark, waiting to try and not get killed as we traverse all of the things here. So first thing I want to do is re-equip my +1 dagger instead of the Warg Fang. Great against goblins, against everything else not nearly as good. So that gets swapped out. Then we have to think about the two... What kind of creatures are they out front? Are they Minotaurs? I think they're Minotaurs, not Centaurs.
With haste.
And so to deal with that, I'm going to attempt to use something that we've been holding on to for a good long while now. There's the rat getting destroyed by the defenses.
Get back!
Careful. Not everyone looks this good dead.
We don't apparently know you're dead yet.
Just another crate.
Then this is why what? Just another crate. That's odd that we can't loot it, but we can examine it. But what I want to do is hop into the inventory, and we have a Scroll of Summon Quasit. Now, this is not a spell in the list of spells. Like, it's not a proper spell scroll per se. It's different because it doesn't contain a spell that can be learned, so I'm allowing my rogues to cast it even though it's not a spell on their spell list. So let's cast that. Just there.
Here goes nothing.
Excuse you, where are you going?
Ex Hextura!
Alright, that'll have to do. Oh, you... I'm such a moron. Like, such a moron.
Can't slow down.
Immediately throwing the thing that I've summoned into the death trap I'm trying to avoid. Alright, well, it's a good job we've got two of those. But this time, please cast it outside of the range of the problem area. Right, now we have this conjured Quasit, and we can go for a little journey. We've got jump and dash and stuff, invisibility and scare. So we're going to make ourselves invisible. And the problem is we only get one shot at this. And our movement speed is 30 feet plus dash and an action to hide. But what we want to do is get the attention of the Minotaurs over here. Now, how we're going to do that without getting killed immediately is another matter. Right, we turned ourselves from being invisible to uninvisible again, causing initiative to roll. We are not prone, but get a turn, and by getting a turn we can turn invisible. And now that we are invisible, they cannot take an opportunity attack against us. And that is 30 feet of movement, which is not a lot. But they are still engaged with us. So now we want to see how far we can get before the others can engage in a shot with a longbow. Going up, please. I'm not sure what their range is from up high like this. Not awfully far. Fine. We're still in initiative, which is what we want. We're going to move to here. And we're going to cast Invisibility on ourselves again. Why don't I have the invisible condition? I just cast Invisibility. I'm mad. Because now we're probably going to die. So far, so good, though. Amazingly. Why aren't you invisible? Well... Oh, now we have our action back. I'm very confused. Become invisible. Thank you. These guys remain confused, I hope. Alright, become uninvisible. Quickly. We need to keep these guys kited over here. Alright, we got crit. That's a problem. Turn-based mode, quick. Is there any... Oh no, they're not even in our sphere of influence in turn-based mode. Well, that's going to be a problem. Alright, well... We're not going to be able to kite them down here and defeat them. So as such, we need to shoot the moonstone. That destroys that and makes this gate safe.
Breathe deep and move.
Come out of turn-based mode, please and thank you. Get both of us back down here. Throw this lever. And with the moonstone interrupted, we should be able to step out to here safely. These things are still lit, which I wasn't expecting them to be. But we're not being murdered. Various golden stones left by those who have died before us. Now we could go down that direction, but basically every direction here is a danger and a problem.
Gods are watching me.
So, whilst it might not be completely necessary where we're stood, we are going to stealth, just in case. Because in these parts, better safe than sorry. And our goal right now is basically to get to the Myconoid camp.
Not a sound.
So that is just on the other side of that small field there. We can't climb down here. But we can come across here and down and round in that direction. Or we can come round here and down this ramp. That's a terrifying noise.
The hell was that? Better not get buried down here.
Right, we've identified the fungal spores, so we now have... No, we don't have fungal spores. Right, those guys are over there. We are just going to do our best to avoid them.
Must have fallen.
If we can just stay out of the vision of those two.
Tim asks, known to cause confusion, best not get too close.
Right, that's these guys. Now, also need to clear the path ahead from here, is my hope.
Stepping softly.
So I'm hoping that we can shoot down there without aggravating anybody on us.
From the shadows.
And then we're just going to clear this route out so that when we get down there, it's already safe. That looks pretty good. That looks even better. Back to sneaking.
Into the shadows.
Then we need to get just along this piece of path.
Unseen.
Now the Minotaurs are up there somewhere.
Quietly.
We're just going to go and pray that we can get around this corner. Oh god. Oh god.
More are coming. They're coming. They're coming.
Alright. That's fine.
They're coming. You're coming.
Obligatory hold hand next to head for psychic connections. Nothing is fighting us. I'd like to be stealthing, please.
Silent as the grave.
Amunian,
Waiting.
would you please also come along?
Path lies before me.
If this isn't important, stay low.
Right, I think we're going to make it.
Mask and torch stalks. Hell of a combination.
Don't mind if we get seen by these folks.
Used by one, blown up by the other.
Astarian's doing great nature work right now.
You are swallowed by a chorus of turbulent music. Through one creature sings many voices, the harmony of an entire collective.
Sovereign, he has come. He is here.
The choir fades. A single melody rises above the others, brassy and commanding.
I am sovereign.
You see a vision, your lifeless body wrapped in fungal tendrils. The sovereign is threatening you.
State your purpose.
Oh boy. We have no charisma really. Well, we have persuasion. But really, we are just seeking safe passage through the Underdark. Tell the truth of the parasite. Oh, the truth of the parasite, yeah.
Fungal roots weave through your mind, seeking your true intent. Then the sovereign drones a new melody, cautious but welcoming.
I can neither mend skin nor spirit, but we still might commune. Descend to me. Let us speak in flesh.
The persistent music coaxes you forward. The sovereign expects you.
Still love the design on those guys. It's very good. Amunian, this is not a place to just be hanging out. If you know, you know. If you don't, we might find out soon. So here we are at the Ebon Lake Grotto, the Myconoid colony.
If not over, then through.
We must not try and steal from any of the corpses and annoy anybody. There is an ancient rune circle here if we need it.
Boots have seen everything.
But what we'd also like to do before heading on is speak to Blurg, the trader.
What's up for discussion?
Ah, a visitor. You're a welcome sight. But let us observe the customs of the locals.
The scholar's brow tenses. His voice spills into your skull, the spores connecting mind to mind.
Blurg, proud member of the Society of Brilliance, at your service. Or perhaps not. Your mind is far more complex than the fungi.
Yeah, we've got some problems there. I've never seen a hobgoblin like you before.
The feeling is mutual, friend. I have only passing familiarity with the surface races. But I found that there is as much to learn from an individual as there is from a community. So it is with the Myconids. They live in harmonious unity, but each has a unique personality. My colleagues and I are working to improve conditions in the Underdark. This need not be such a dire, hostile place. It's curious to find a surface dweller here. What has brought you down so deep?
I collect and sell mushrooms. That's all I'm doing here. Nothing shady or shifty. Oh dear. I don't think we're going to spend inspiration on that check. Not that we have it.
I see. A fine way to make a living.
Do you have anything to trade?
I do enjoy a good bargain. If anything in my private collection is to your liking.
So we're pretty flush with cash because of what we stole from the traders in the Goblin compound. So what we're really looking after here is this Circlet of Blasting. Just lets someone cast Scorching Ray, which is wonderful. And the Sapphire Spark. When the wearer casts magic missiles, each dart of force deals an additional 1d4 psychic damage. Now, Astarion knows that spell, and is not really getting much use of the Amulet of Lost Voices.
Let's see what the day brings.
So, we get a better price with Amunion. We want the Sapphire Spark. And on his head, he's currently only wearing a +1 nature circlet. So we wouldn't mind the Circlet of Blasting either. What can we trade for that, though? Okay, with a couple of gemstones, we're just about there. You can have a leather helmet. We're not going to be making any use of that anymore. The handcrafted pendant, I think we have disengaged. We can probably part with that now. So we'll trade for those. A bunch of really good scrolls here, but not really any that we can make a lot of use out of. And this Sunwalker's Gift gives you dark vision, but that is not something that we need as elves of various subclasses. So we'll trade for this. Then we will go over to Astarion. Do we have any other jewellery? Ilmatar's End. Non-cantrip spells deal an additional 1d4 force damage when the wearer drops to half of their hit points. Well, we can't wear that and the one that does super magic missile stuff, so I think we'll get rid of that. And otherwise, we're travelling pretty light as it goes. We don't need books on soul coins and the like, so that'll be all there.
Very well. I have mushrooms to catalogue.
Let's change up our things in our inventory. So we want to pass this to Astarion, as well as that to Astarion. And then have Astarion equip each of those. So now, not only do we get to cast Magic Missile for free once, we also get to do it at the cost of a spell slot for extra damage, and we have a Scorching Ray available to us, which is wonderful. All of the extra options. Right, let's put the Scorching Ray on the right with the free Magic Missile. They can stay together there. And the rest of our regular spells on the bottom, cantrips on the top. Super.
No one stopped me yet.
So, what else do we have going on here? There's a pouch on the ground. We interrupted it by looking at the Blibberbang. We get some XP for some reason. But we can hop up here and speak to Thula.
Don't.
Her condition is familiar. Poison, derived from a wild weed common to the Underdark. There is an antidote, most likely held by the poisoner.
You're in a bad way. Oh, we have antitoxins. Sure, we're not using them.
God! Whatever that is, I needed it. Why are you helping me?
Always useful to be owed a favour.
I thank you for your help, but I gotta get moving. Oh! Coles garters. Oh, I don't have time for this. My kin need me.
Focus on what I need, a reward for starters, said the rogues.
I owe you, sure enough. But I've nothing to give. If you were to free my kin, we can pay. We're Ironman clan, best artificers in Baldur's Gate. We were on an expedition down here when the Dwergar snatched us up. I got away, but not the others. The Greys have them digging out some old ruin across the lake.
And what's in it for me? What are they digging for?
Some dusty temple. It doesn't matter. They'll work my clan to death before they ever get near it.
Alright, we'll do what we can.
Thank you.
There might be gold at the end of it.
I could go with you. But here. I nabbed these boots from the Greys when I ran. I'll feel better knowing you're using them to kick some Dwergar ass. I'll mark where I made my escape, and wait here, I suppose. Not much choice, eh?
Alright, we cured the Poison Gnome. And for our troubles, Boots of Speed. Feather-laced and flexible of soul, these boots have been used to round up and outrun many a foe. Bonus action, click heals. I think that lets us dash as a bonus action, which we obviously don't need as rogues because we can already dash as a bonus action. So we'll just hold on to those. And then there is... Where's the Sovereign? Sovereign Spore.
Time to press ahead. You know, I can't tell if it's...
Mourning, angry, or hungry.
Sovereign's thick fingers stroke the corpse at its feet. A droning melody greets you as the creature turns its gaze to you.
Flesh talker, I show you a memory. Watch and listen.
A violent vision grips you. Dwergar, dark dwarves, chopping myconid remains.
They broke our peace. They killed our young.
The Sovereign's song slows to the pace of a dirge. It is still in mourning.
We laid waste to many, but intruders remain. Lakewood.
The Sovereign's song halts as it measures your worth.
I sense your resolve. You will find Dwergar invaders near Lake's edge. Cleanse the rot. Destroy them.
I admit, I like this one's approach. A little genocidal, but effective.
Oh, Astarion, what are you like? Alright, we can get that done. We like a bit of murder.
Over you. The Dwergar choking on a cloud of gleaming dust.
I can spare you no warrior. Too many were lost, but accept this gift. It will help you exterminate.
The Sovereign gives you one more vision. A wall of vines, parting to reveal glowing light.
Riches of magic and mind, cleanse the rot, and they are yours. You do the circle a service. We will await word.
Alright. So we got plenty of new loot. We got a couple of new quests. And we have some good direction to go forward with. But for now, I'm just grateful that we made it to the Underdark and into the first place of safety in the Underdark without danger or death. But who knows how long that will last into next time. So join me then and we'll see if we can survive what is to come. Thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying the series, please do consider subscribing or hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, you can put them down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.